What's going on? Happy Lollapalooza weekend here in Chicago. You were there today, huh?
Yes.
You have fun?
Yes. It's been a long day.
You were worried about like your makeup because your makeup's been done from like...
It's from 3 a.m. This is...
You look great.
I've been working since 3 a.m.
Yeah, you look great. You really
do. I feel beautiful.
I couldn't tell. So in honor of your big day, your big weekend, everything, you love date nights. You're a big fan of date nights.
I am.
Yeah. So
I live for date nights.
So tonight was our date night. So we went to a very nice restaurant. I'm not gonna say what the name of it, but very nice restaurant. And
which I deserve.
It was a great night. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But a couple of things happened that are funny, and thought we do a little video kind of recapping our date night. First off, if you know anything about me, you know that I love God, my family, the Cubs, and iced tea. I love iced tea, right?
What?
Not the rapper, like the drink, iced tea, right?
That's a weird order, but
but I really do. Iced tea is like my water. I love iced tea. So whenever we go to a restaurant, without fail, I confuse the hell out of the server all the time. Because they bring you like water right when you get to a restaurant. So they pour water for my girl, and then they go to pour water for me. I go, actually, I'm good. I don't want any water. I just want iced tea. And then they're like, they get really like confused and perplexed, right?
What bothers me is that just take the damn water.
No, it's a waste. Like, I'm not gonna drink it
every time, and then they still pour you water, and they go get iced tea, and you move it to the side. It's like, just take the water and then order iced tea.
So a couple of things always happen. One is that they get really confused, almost like offended, and they kind of walk away in disgust, right? Or two, which has happened today. Well, I stopped the guy. I go, hey, no, I don't want water. I'll just have some iced tea, please. I'm very polite about it. And he's like, oh, you want a bunch of iced tea? I'm like, yeah. And then he still pours me the water, which I never touch it, ever, ever, ever. And then he brings back the iced tea. But people are very confused by this little odd request that I have.
Just take the water. It drives me insane. It's a whole thing.
Without fail,
time.
It always confuses the server, right?
Yeah, and it's just, or like the busboy who's just setting up the table. His job is to drop off plates and drop off water.
Yeah.
And then you say no water, and then the waiter comes over like he didn't give you water. It's
right.
a whole.
Yeah.
You always create a whole thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to save people from doing things they don't have to do. I don't want the water. I want iced tea after iced tea.
You literally create more work for everybody.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So it bothers you. I mean, this bothers me about you.
Well, that's fun.
Without fail.
What a fun video.
Without fail, my girl wants appetizers. She wants soups. She wants entrees. She doesn't finish any of it. Okay,
I don't finish any of it.
Okay, I'll take it back. You finish your appetizer
and my soup and salad always.
Of the appetizer. You finish your soup. You never finish your entree ever, without fail.
Restaurants give you like double portions. Like that's what restaurants do.
But I've kind of offered like, hey, why don't we not get the appetizer, and that way you can finish your entree.
I try different things. I love leftovers. So I don't mind bringing half my dinner home.
So without fail, you never finish your entree. But you always want dessert, no matter what. And
I'm like, okay, how often do I cook for this family?
A lot.
Like almost every night during the weekday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on my date night out, if I want to try a little of this and a little of that and get some dessert and honestly and be like served for once, because I make your plate, I make Tristan's plate, I take care of everybody all the time. It is my night out, and you try to piss on my party every single time.
I feel like your eyes are bigger than your stomach because you want that, and that. You don't finish anything.
But I don't waste it.
But you want dessert, but you still want dessert. Every time.
I mean, the important thing is...
What's the important thing?
Is that I don't let any of it go to waste. So if I don't finish it, I bring it home and I eat it. Yeah. So I'm not somebody who won't eat leftovers. Right. Then I could see you being like, I don't want to throw away half your entree. I'm not going to do that. I love it for like lunch the next day.
When we first started dating, I had this thing where like you would not finish your meal because you've been doing it forever. And then if you weren't going to finish it, I'm like, oh well, I'll eat some steak.
You would stuff yourself to a disgusting level.
Well, yeah, because I was paying for it. I'm like, I'm going to finish it if you're not going to finish it. I never realized that was kind of part of your plan. You wanted it for lunch the next day.
I love leftovers, and he'd be over here almost vomiting. Like, let me shove every bit in my mouth. I'm like, that would have been a great lunch for me.
All right, so that bothers you about me, bothers me about you, but we are in agreement on this new trend going on in restaurants, which is if you've been reading the receipts, guys, at the very bottom of every receipt, without fail, it's happening over and over again. There's like the fine print. A 3% surcharge has been added to your meal for like COVID recouping. I don't really know why. If you want it removed, feel free to ask the server and we'll remove it for you.
But
now,
you can't.
Let's unpack here for a second, okay? I'm not laughing about COVID. I know it's a real thing. Businesses got crushed and everything.
Good boy.
Restaurants got crushed. I get it. We supported restaurants that stayed open the whole time during COVID. We went out. We did the whole thing. We support restaurants. But the restaurants we've been going to are doing really, really well.
They are.
And they are slammed beyond belief. And they are not struggling.
And have been for quite some time.
They're not struggling anymore. I also know because I'm an investor of Old Crow, you get money from the government for like shutdowns and everything. So restaurants now are doing
they went through a very hard time, but they're doing really
totally.
They're thriving.
But the restaurants I'm talking about, and we get these receipts on, they're doing really well.
The best one was because it says like a surcharge. We were at a restaurant and it was like
in Wrigleyville.
In Wrigley, we won't say which one.
No.
And it wasn't ours. It wasn't the one we invested. Yeah. And it said at the bottom like a 5% has been added as a surcharge. And it was weird because it didn't say why. Most of them say because of COVID or because of this. And it didn't say why.
Yeah. I asked.
So we asked. But I'm like, oh my God, no. But
I didn't ask to take it off. I said, hey, just out of curiosity.
What is it for?
What is this for? Right.
And he said it was for the building to have better insurance.
Yeah.
And you were like, but like, isn't that part of like renting from the boys that on us?
It's kind of your job to get insurance for your building.
But
right?
like, I would prefer that they bump everything up on the menu like $1.
Yeah.
And then when I order my soup and my appetizer and my dessert and my entree, they would have gotten $5 from just me.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't know. I don't want to know about it.
I'm not. I'm kind of conflicted because honestly, 3% on a $100 bill is what?
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it?
$3, honey. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, so
I don't know. It's not my business.
It's not so much the money of it; it's the optics. Because the part that says if you want to get this removed, just ask your server. How much of a cheap ass would I feel, or would you feel?
And they know that.
If I literally was like, "Hey, could you please take off the 3%?" I mean, that's a very low feeling. I will say too, like it's one thing. Like we're married now, right? Like if I did it. I would. First of all, I've never done it. But if I did it as a married couple, it's like one thing, right? We're married. But
you just don't care. You don't care what I think of you anymore.
But imagine being on a date, like a first, second, third date. Like, ladies, if you were the guy who was like, "Hey, could you please take this surcharge off?" You look at him like down, right?
Well, it's also embarrassing, like as your wife, because her name's on this stuff. Then I'm like, please don't, because they're gonna think that we're gonna be like bad tippers.
Never done it.
I know.
The optics are really weird though, because like I don't really understand why we still have it, and for damn sure no one's gonna ask to take it off.
And during COVID, we got it because it was like we like attendance was lower and like they were just trying to like make it up per table.
Not anymore.
And I was like, we were on a wait. We waited 30 minutes.
These restaurants are doing really well that we're going to. Yeah. So I mean,
they're making good money on that on every single getting $3, $5, $10 on these big party times. Just cause, they're making good money.
Put in the comments, how do you feel about this 3%? First off, do you even know it's there? Because it's a fine print of the receipts, right? Yeah. So are you aware that it's even there? Because I bet you they're banking on a lot of people just like signing off on the check, no big deal. Yeah. And if you do know what it's about, are you paying it? Have you ever asked to take it off? I mean, like, again, we've never asked to take it off, but I mean, I think it's time to take that off the receipt though. Because...
But I feel bad because this is not the waiters or waitresses that you approach.
Right.
This is like nothing to do with them.
It's higher. It's higher.
It's above them.
You gotta go above them. Yeah.
But it makes me feel like crap because I'm like, oh, leave them alone.
Anyways, date night was a total success.
Clearly, he was so happy about the whole thing.
And the good news is, yes, tomorrow for lunch she will be having her steak and her vegetables and her dessert.
Why is that a problem? It's my one night.